Is Sony about to dominate the low light game again? We're talking A7S Mark IV rumors and the FX6 Mark II sneak peek, as well as how Final Cut Pro new collab mode may kill solo editing forever. Let's break it down. Gotta break it down in this episode of Content Cash. Let's do it. But first, the intro.
You're listening to Content and Cash, a Flash Film Academy podcast. If you want to learn how to take pretty pictures, this is not the place. But if you're ready to make a living by learning the business behind the camera, buckle up, because it's time to turn passion into profit with your host, Ty Turner.
What's good, everybody? My name is Ty. This is Content and Cash, the only podcast teaching photographers, videographers, and filmmakers, as well as content creators, how to build a business, not just a portfolio. Before we jump in, got to make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll pop it on the screen for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow wherever you're watching or listening, especially if you're on Spotify, so you never miss a money-making move. That goes for y'all that's listening on Apple Music as well, Apple Podcast as well. Go ahead and hit that. First up, let's talk about the A7S Mark IV rumors, because the A7S has always been a low light beast, right? But they talking about dropping a super low light beast. According to Tech Radar, this thing may push Sony low light dominance even further. New sensors, improved color depth, perfect for creators shooting in real world lighting. If you got an A7S II or A7S III, you're not complaining about low light. It does a really good job. To hear that they're going to improve it is nuts. Next up is the Sony FX6 Mark II. It's rumored to be getting a boost in dynamic range and rework color pipeline. Document shooters, branded content folks, this is aimed at you. And let me be real, they got to push it because a lot of the A7 lineup has higher dynamic range than the FX lineup. Especially some of the newer Sony cameras that are pushing 16 stops of dynamic, 16 to 17 stops of dynamic range. And if my memory serves me correct, the FX6 had about 13 to about 15 stops of dynamic range. So it's just the next step. All right, story number 3, let's talk about it. Final Cut Pro just dropped cloud collaboration, real-time editing, shared projects, no more sending massive files back and forth. That solo editor grind may be over with. So this can work for y'all who need editors. The question I want to ask you is, which one of these stories do you care about the most? What Sony camera would make the biggest difference in your workflow? Do you care about other people having the ability to pull up your timeline and hook up your stuff on your timeline in Final Cut Pro? Do you even care about that? I'm gonna be honest with you. My opinion is I don't really care about it. Like, Final Cut Pro is not. If I need to bring in a professional to collaborate that's remote, I'm going to do it on DaVinci Resolve. And let me tell you why. Color grading, right? The number one reason for me to bring in a collaborator is just color. Maybe audio. It's not really the editing side of things. That's just me. That may be different for you. I'm not knocking whatever you like. I'm just saying, for me, I don't feel like, and it's just me, I just don't feel like Final Cut Pro is aimed at professionals, and professionals like this feature. That's it. I'm not saying professionals can't use it. I'm not saying it doesn't have a place. I'm just saying they've gone after TikTokers and content creators, which I think is very smart because there's more of them than filmmakers. I just don't see a TikToker needing somebody to chime in on the Final Cut Pro app to do their stuff if they're professional enough where they're paying people to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's me. I don't know. Anyway, real quick, this segment is brought to you by the Capture and Convert Kit. We just updated it, y'all. We just updated it. It's free over at flashfilmacademy.com. Wait for that loud stuff. Hold up. It's going to get loud to wake you up. I just want to make sure you were still paying attention. Next, let's talk about value. You know, I like to bring a segment where we talk about value. So stop paying clients to practice. Too many creators underprice their work to gain exposure. Let me be clear. It's not strategy. That's sabotage. When you work for free, you train clients to undervalue you. You training them. You're an enabler is what I want to say. You're not gaining experience. You building bad habits and broke expectations. And pause, let me go off script for a second, because what a lot of people don't understand is experience is asking for the sale. Experience is going through the process of selling to a client and delivering. If you're not getting that, I don't want the experience of shooting. I've been practicing that. Let me get the experience of cashing a check, fam. Okay? Anyway, we want to build value around solving business problems. You've heard me say it here before. Even if you're new, set boundaries with intro pricing. Don't ever shoot for free. There's only one time I say shoot for free, and we talk about that in the course big time. There's only one time we shoot for free. So we always want to tie your work to business results. So an example is one of our members shot a promo video for a gym for free. They got 20 new signups. And when the creator asked to get paid next, they got ghosted. That client made money off him and didn't even want to pay him after making money. Don't be that guy. What I want to know in the comments is what's one time you underpriced your work and regretted it? Drop it in the comments so others can learn from your mistake. And let's be real, we have these conversations over in the inside of Flash Film Academy because we need to learn from each other. These are things that we need to learn from. And sometimes you need to know, when should I take the experience? When is it worth it? We're going to talk about it. Up next, I got a question of the week. We got George from Ghana that's dropping a question that may flip your client pitch upside down. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to play that question of the week and we're going to answer it. Let's go, George.
Hi, Ty. My name is George from Ghana, and then I manage Charge Multimedia. It's a photography and videography brand, but then I want to niche down into social media page management for clients, whereby I come up with content for the client to help them promote their business. But this is the confusion I'm having. Majority of the time, I want to clear the wedding pictures and the event pictures I have on my social media platforms. So I start paying attention solely to the social media page management, which is a service we render here. But I don't know how to go about it. Do you think I should clear all the event pictures from my page, or I should leave it there and then transition my service into solely social media page management? Because currently I'm all over the place and I shoot weddings, I shoot engage. In fact, I do everything some, and it is not helping the business grow at all. I'm hoping.
Perfect. All right. It cut off on him. He only had 60 seconds to cut off. It's all good. Let me ask you this question. Let me pause and say something real quick. First things first. This is probably one of the number one problems and questions we run into with viewers like yourself. And let me be as blunt. And you know what? Let me go old school for a second. Let me go old school. Look, let me be as blunt and direct as possible. This is a majority of what we cover in module 1, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because so many people have built what they thought was a business from pieces that they learned from YouTube and here and there, and they're trying to put it together, and they're wondering why they're not taking off. They're wondering why they're not growing, why they don't have a foundation to build on. And it's a lot of times it's because the foundation is incorrect. It's wrong. So just like basic training, just like boot camp, usually when you're a new member at Flash Film Academy, you're going to hate me before you love me. And let me tell you why. Because we got to go back and we got to rebuild your foundation. Right now, his foundation is everywhere. It's these pictures, those pictures. He is a camera guy. We need to re-engineer your business to not be a camera guy. We don't focus on photography and videography. Them days are over with. Nobody wants a photographer. Nobody wants a videographer. They don't want you. They want the result of what you can produce. So stop selling you and sell that result. You can't sell that result if you have a bunch of crap on your page. You're selling a bunch of different results. You're solving a bunch of different problems. And your page doesn't say that you are the guy undoubtedly to solve my problem. If you got questions, go ahead and ask them. Well, that's the wrong button. We don't want to ask them there. But if you got questions, we want to make sure we pop over and we ask them questions. I'll get that to pop up in a minute. But most importantly, what you want to do is you're not solving problems. You're not solving problems. You're shooting video, and shooting video is dead. I don't know why I can't find this button for the life of go. You got questions? That's where you go to ask questions. Questions.flashfilmacademy.com. Submit your question and we'll answer it. Make sure you go over there. You can submit video, audio, or even text. We do them all. And you may be selected to be on the next episode. So I am going to triple down, punch you in the face with this one, because half of this module is tearing up what you currently have that you think will work and won't. It won't. We have to build your foundation. And this is what I want you to think about too, because I'm not trying to, listen, I'm not pointing you towards a product. It's not about that. It's about making sure that we have everything built from the ground up. A lot of you come to me, the business is on its last leg, it's barely built, and you're trying to take it to the next level. And it's not built to go to the next level because you didn't build it for $1 million client. You built it to be shooting for exposure. I just want to be honest with you. You built it on your level, and you wondering why people above your level don't see value in what you see value in, right? Just like I see a lot of people who, you know, are middle-class people that are saying, I would never spend $250,000 on a car, even if I had it. And rich people are like, it's nothing, right? So what you don't see value in, they see value in. So we got to create a business that solves their problems. Understand what I'm saying? When you do too much, and you got to realize this, when we create content or results for a client, it's not tangible. They're not leaving with something they can hold, touch, carry. There is no quality, build quality, or none of that. It's only a digital product, right? So we need to instill as much trust as possible in these people before they do business with us. We got to overly sell trust and our ability to do what we say we're doing because there's nothing tangible. You understand what I'm saying? And we live in a world where everybody got a cell phone in their pocket. So we got to overcome those obstacles. You only do it by providing solutions. Because when you say I can record and we're going to make it look, they're looking at their phone and saying, well, my phone do 4K. I might as well just film it myself. You're leaving those lingering thoughts instead of tying yourself to the solving the problem. And that's what we got to focus on. And what we focus on in the Flash 5 framework, which is our new system that we just announced. If you want to learn more, go over to flashfilmacademy.com. But it's our new system that takes you from A to Z, whether if you want to go full time as a business or you just want to make ends meet. We're now opening things up. So if you are one of those guys that's like, look, Ty, I really don't got the time to go all out with the business. I just want to make some money on the side. We can help you with that. Join Flash Film Academy. But let me get back to the topic because I want to make sure I triple down on this. The hardest thing for members to do, or the new guys that arrive, is to be disciplined enough to choose one niche. There is a fear that I am going to miss out on so much, and that is such the wrong mentality to have. We have to solve one problem. When we grow, we may grow to 3 problems. But guess what? Every great business started with one product. McDonald's had one product. Coca-Cola had one product. Gatorade had one product. Why do you have 28,000? How? What's the procedure for, give me the standard operating, give me the manual for 3 of the things you do. Most of you don't have that written out. You don't know. You're just eyeballing it. You're saying, okay, I know I can do all of this. If you need it, let me know because I know I can do all of this. But you can't walk the client through the process. You can't express to them what's going to happen when this is successful. You can't even, outside of delivering a video, you can't even describe what success looks like for that product because you haven't put enough thought into that product because you sell too much. You don't have the capacity as a one-man band or even a 5-man band to offer multiple SKUs or multiple products because you haven't thought out one. You just know we do video. If you think that big businesses is eyeballing work, they saying, let me see, you're not going to make it. You don't know what you don't know. And that's a problem. If you think that what you currently have in your head will take you to a successful business, you're incorrect. You are a Nintendo system without the right cartridge. You are a PlayStation without the game. And it's okay. We have to learn to develop the skills to take things to the next level. It's going to be uncomfortable. The next level is going to require a different version of you. It's going to hurt. It's supposed to, because you got to think. You have to learn how to think deeper than surface level. A lot of people are like, oh, I just want to start a restaurant. If I sell, I hate when I talk to wannabe entrepreneurs and they can come up with how much if I sell this and sell that, I'm gonna make this. And you can tell they know nothing about business because they didn't even take the cost of what it costs to make the stuff out of it. They just think it's pure profit. If I sell it, if I get a plate and sell this plate for $10 to you, I done made $10. I instantly, in my mind, it'd be like, dummy. What does it cost to make the plate? You didn't make $10, you made $2. So you saying all I gotta do is sell 10 plates, I make $100. No. You sell 10 plates, you make $10. Because you didn't think about your margins. You didn't learn the business. You just thought you can replicate it. And the biggest misconception I run into with people is that they can figure it out. Hey man, hey man, I got it. I was like that. Till I got a mentor. And my mentor made it clear that I don't know what I don't know. And you gotta be open. If you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not making money. If you're not reading books, I'm not talking about just YouTube videos. Pause, not YouTube videos. Stop thinking YouTube videos will help you get somewhere. They won't. Sorry, not sorry. You heard it on YouTube. They won't. You got to read a book. You got to join a community. You got to be around people going in that direction. And if you're not, you're going to be where you are. And if you don't read books, you don't educate yourself, you're not willing to invest in yourself, you have no problem spending $500 on an SD card to invest in your camera, but you won't spend that on yourself. Guess what? Harsh reality is you are exactly where you're supposed to be. When you're ready to take that leap and you're ready to invest in this, you will have more success. Until then, you will have excuses. And that's okay, because we need somebody to flip burgers. That's the harsh reality your father never told you. Sorry, not sorry. But you need to hear it, because you're sitting there trying to figure this thing out and it's not working and you don't understand why. And you're blaming the world. You're saying it's oversaturated, it's too much. People ain't really spending no money. These cats, it ain't them. It's not them. Companies are spending billions daily on content with a B. And it's probably just in your state alone. Billions with a B. A lot of money is being shifted to content. A majority of companies are shifting all of their marketing to content. We haven't even talked about training, communication, outbound training, onboarding, recruiting videos, recruiting images. It's so much more. But guess what? If you live in that world where it's super saturated of people who are not thinkers, who are not thinking of, or learners, who are not looking to learn or invest in themselves. Not when I say learn, I don't mean watch free stuff. You're not gonna go nowhere for free. All the great information is behind paywalls. And I'm gonna tell you why. Pause. Let's talk about why. Let's just vent why, just real shortly. If you create things to help people grow, like myself and others, and this is something I had to learn the hard way. Because I was like, man, why don't you just give it to me? Why don't you just mentor me, man? Why? People who don't invest in themselves don't go through the content. They don't do it. They don't follow instructions. They don't follow directions. They don't. Do you know how many friends or family members I've given all of the information and they like, all right, we'll get to it. Meanwhile, we got members that's buying houses, buying cars, that's going from $40,000 a year to $200,000 a year. It's happening all day, every day on the Academy. So when people don't invest, they're not connected. And you know what happens to people who create content and courses? If you let it go for free, you get a bunch of people who don't take it serious, and it reflects bad on your course content, material, mentoring, college. That's why colleges say, well, let me see what your GPA is. Because I don't want to let you in Harvard if you're a D student in your high school so you can come here and lower our grades and make us look bad. You're not invested. That's why knowledge costs money. And what the rich know that you don't is they're willing to invest more in this than materialistic things, than cameras and stuff. Where you are willing to invest in cameras and entertainment. That's the difference. The difference between you living the life you want and the life you got are books. Sorry, not sorry. I know I know it's crazy. It's baffling. It's like, what? I promise you, nothing changed my life. Not college, not school, not military, like books. Books. They've been telling us from day one, books, check it out. Butterfly in the sky, we can go twice as high. They've been telling us for years. We just wanted to, we've been listening to DMX. Respectfully. Anyway, with that being said, thank you for joining us on this episode of Content and Cash. Make sure you head over to the YouTube channel. We dropped some heat this week. We dropped a few videos this week that you may want to check out. And make sure you go over to Flash Film Academy. We just introduced the new Flash 5 framework. It is a complete system. Not just videos, not just courses. We're gonna hold your hand and make sure you are successful. Check it out. You can start for free with the Capture and Convert kit. I'm gonna post it again over at Flash Film Academy. And it's over there. That ain't the right one, but you know what I'm saying. This is the right one. We got to get our graphics tight. Anyway, that's available over at Flash Film Academy. Let me say this, because I say it every week. Every business around you need content. Why aren't they hiring you? You got to ask yourself. If you having problems making ends meet, if you can use an extra $500 this week, if you want to make money and you own a camera and you know how to film, you know how to take pictures. If you know how to film and take pictures and if you're confident with your ability to capture photo or video, put a P in the comments for photo, put a V in the comments for video. Because there is no reason why you should have a problem making ends meet with a skill set that is that valuable in 2025. And if you do, the only part you're missing is understanding how to sell that talent. A lot of people miss that. A lot of talented people throughout the world, but you know where the talent really is? It's in the ability to make that talent profitable. Talent is a dime a dozen. Business knowledge is not. That's why you got record labels and movie studios, because they can take your talent and they can make it profitable and give you some change. You go to work every day because you got a talent. You can do something well. What you can't do well is understand how to make profit from that skill set beyond an hourly rate. That's why you need Flash Film Academy. I'll see y'all in the next episode of Content Cash. And for all my members, that's Flash Film Academy members, I'll see y'all later on tonight in the accountability meeting that we do every week when we chop it up and we talk. Because guess what? You got to be connected with people in this industry to know what's happening in this industry. Your favorite YouTubers that's going out, getting brand deals from camera manufacturers, and then they walking in businesses to shoot something for them for free, acting like the business hired them when really the camera company hired them. Those cats, they're not talking business for a reason. They're not living it. They're not doing it. We have a network of creatives that are in the industry right now that are growing their business, and they can say, nope, that ain't, well, this is what I did, bro. I didn't do that. No, don't do that. Take that off your page. Put this on your page. Go here, do that. Join up for these meetings because I got 10 clients from these meetings. That's what you're missing. On top of the foundation to build a business that can grow. We got to get the foundation right. You're going to hate me before you love me, but you'll understand why. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next episode. Be safe.
You've been listening to Content and Cash, a Flash Film Academy podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and go to our webpage at www.flashfilmacademy.com.